Oh, get ready, get ready, get ready. Here we go, here we go, here we go. I can't get this thing going. I don't know where I won't go. There we go. Oh, there it is. There it is. There you go, mama. There go that man. Oh, welcome, welcome one, welcome all to another edition of The Real Conversation. What is my co-host got on her neck? With a twist of humor.
Let me tell you, when you finish your long introduction, I will explain.
She trying to tell me I'm making her neck hurt. You make my neck hurt. It's me. It's your boy, the Louisiana country boy, along with my co-host, the little Diva. And we have a special guest tonight. We have a special guest tonight, y'all, all the way from the Pope. I ain't talking about Shreveport. I ain't talking about Shreveport. I ain't talking about Yankee Pope. I ain't talking about Tub Pope. I'm talking about all the way from Gulfport, Mississippi. Is there a doctor in the house? Oh, yeah, there she is. The one, the only. It is Dr. Sheila Rivers. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Wonderful. Thank you, guys.
How are you tonight?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. I work from home today, so it's been a good day. Monday is a good day. It's my plan for the weekday. It's my I don't take a whole lot of heavy cases on Mondays. We just do a lot of check-in with folks on Mondays. And it's Monday is the beginning of the week. You set your intentions for the week, plan well. And so that was my day.
Well, all right. Well, look, Doc, I'm gonna just start swimming because wait a minute, hold on. Yes. Before I say anything, I need you to tell me about the neck thing. I'm sorry, Doc. We got to have a family talk.
I was going to tell you. So here's the thing. So I've been suffering with a headache for 2 months now. And so as I was going around trying different things for relief, I found this little handy dandy thing. It's really cute. So this heats up and it vibrates. You can turn it on to vibrate because now the pain has gone down into it's tension. But this it kind of helps. I'd rather have a good massage, old school massage, but this helps. It kind of makes your the muscles relax a little bit. But it's nice. The warm, but yeah. So it vibrates. And it gets warm. So is that enough for you?
Old country boy ain't got nothing to say. I was just trying to figure out why you had. You know what that thing looked like? You remember Star Trek with the black guy that had the thing? Remember he used to have a thing on his eyes that.
Now, country boy, that's old school. I thought you were gonna say it was a fan. They have fans that go around your neck like this.
No, the guy on Star Trek. He used to get a glass. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought you just had it all wrong.
This could have been a fan or anything else, not glasses.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm talking about, Doc, right?
Yes. I have 2 of them.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. So y'all both suffer from neck and back pains?
No, I don't have a neck and back pain device like she has, but I do have 2 neck fans.
Right.
If I'm mowing the yard, I'm gonna have my neck fan on. And if it dies,
I'm a dancer, so we wear it for dancing. I just don't have them though.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
I mean, if
you go to the beach, I love the beach. So if I'm going to the beach, you could make sure they're charged and take them to the beach with you.
That's a really good idea. I'm going.
When we go to New Orleans, when it's hot and we're hanging out, we're out sightseeing. You got to put your neck fan on.
That is a good idea.
Yes.
Not flashing people too.
I ain't got nothing to say. Well, and you know what? And right now I just feel kind of like anything. I got a doctor on one side. I got my co-host. I'm gonna just kind of sit here in the middle of the night, and I'm gonna just kind of, because I'm gonna just kind of, yeah.
We're gonna get you a neck fan so you won't feel left out, country boy.
No, I don't need no neck fan. Look, I ain't gonna take. Now I was sweating here a minute ago, but that's all right because I cut on the fan back yonder. I got the fan on back yonder because all these lights had me about to burn up in here. I burn up, boy. I was sweating. About as much as I would last night. Whoo, yes, indeed. But
well, everybody, we're getting ready to get started, and I want to say before we got too far that you can call in tonight at 832-690-408. We're going to talk a little bit and get some information from the good Dr. Rivers, and we're going to take a little break in between to give you time to call in. We want to hear you. We want to hear you. We can read. We'd love to hear you if you have any questions, comments, suggestions. If you want to be louder than Country Boy, come on with it.
That ain't even happening. Ain't nobody gonna be louder than me. I ain't worried about that. I ain't even worried about that. And guess what? If y'all want to call in, you can. But I also understand Country Boy controls the button.
832-699-0408. Dr. Rivers, we're so excited that you're here with us today.
I'm sorry, what was that again?
We're so excited that you're here with us this evening.
Oh, thank you. Yes.
Wait.
Just let him.
It's the laughing at himself for me.
Right.
He's so tickled at himself.
Oh my goodness.
He won't come hook mine up, Dr. Rivers. He won't come and help me hook my stuff up. Look what I got. I got all of the stuff, but he won't come help me hook the stuff up. So anyway.
Look, I don't care. Thank you, Miss Julie. They don't understand. But look.
Dr. Rivers, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from?
I am originally from Rayville, Louisiana. So it's close to Monroe, Grambling area. I've lived in several states. I was married for 10 years, divorced. I've been divorced since 2000. I have 5 adult children. And right now I have 9 grandchildren, which I absolutely love. Oh yes. 2 of them just left here from having dinner tonight. So life is good. I am the owner and founder of River Psychotherapy Services and also Girl Get Your Life Together nonprofit organization.
Love it. Yes.
Oh, yes. I enjoy I enjoy the beach. I just took up crocheting. Crocheting.
You went old school.
I did.
It's relaxing.
It is very much so, very relaxing. Crocheting. I love salsa dancing. I love Detroit step. So when you said dance, I love it. I love Detroit step. I used to belong to a dance group a while back, north to south ballroom dancing. I am also a professor for Tulane University. So I teach master level social work students. And right now I'm just an adjunct. I shouldn't say just an adjunct. I am an adjunct. Right. We have to watch those just and littles.
And the littles.
Yes. Yeah. But I am an adjunct and I love academia. I'm a bit of a nerd. So I thrive on education and learning. I just told my daughter today, I said, I think I want to be a yoga instructor. I think
You say a yoga instructor?
Yeah.
I had 2 friends that one was my boss. She finished last year, and then I had a younger friend. She just finished hers right before she got pregnant.
Oh
She
my
finished
goodness.
ours.
Well,
Mhm.
I'm not getting pregnant, so no, that's not happening, baby. No.
Well,
Uh-uh.
you know.
Yeah, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I have two four-legged toddlers, uh, Pixie Eloise and Bella Grace. Pixie is a Pickapoo, and Bella Grace is a Moshi Poo, and they travel with me everywhere I go. So if I'm catching a flight, they're gonna be on a flight. If I'm traveling during the week, they in the car. They have their blankets in the car and their pillows in the car, and so my little two travel buddies.
Wow.
Cute.
Yeah, and neither one of them are over 8 pounds. I think Pixie is like 6 pounds and Bella is 7.
Well, I wish my daughters would decide to get smaller dogs. I have a grand dog that is, when he stands up, he can put his paws right here.
Oh,
He's a poodle, a full blown poodle.
yes,
Yeah. So I get it. But these,
beautiful.
I get to send these back home. Him back home.
Yes, well, they will definitely sound the alarm when someone even gets close to my door. So there is never a moment where where I feel like I'm not protected. Not that they can do a whole lot at 6 and 7 pounds, but I'm enough so
They can make people on the other side of the door think they can.
Oh Lord.
Because if you hear Nico on the other side of the door, you'll think he is a big old dog that's going, you open the door, he gonna run. So he just sound like that.
Goodness. My goodness.
Wow. Well, Dr. Rivers, again, thank you for coming. It is an honor to have you. And you and I had talked. So you look, you and I had talked, and now it is your turn to just talk. Tell us about your, I know about your studies and all the wonderful things you do. But tell us more how you got all off into this. I can't even say that word so long. I can't even say it. It's psycho something.
Psychotherapy.
Psychotherapy.
That part.
Yeah, and that even to hear, when I heard psycho, all I could think of was the movie with the lady in the shower.
Well, why would you think about that?
Because psycho.
Oh my gosh.
So look, now the question is, with psychotherapy, is that like the therapy for the mama, or is that for the son?
That's gonna be for it should have been for everybody in that movie. Shoot.
I didn't watch it. Not a scary movie fan.
I'm not, but that's an old movie. That's an old movie. So usually I don't watch, and that's another thing I don't do. I don't watch a lot of TV. So I don't watch. I gave up television during my studies. That was the first grade. I have 4 degrees. So undergraduate degree in psychology education, master's degree in social work, master's degree in public health, executive administration, and then my doctorate degree in social work. So I gave up watching television and just really came to the conclusion that it was useless information for me. And so you become what you feed your mental health, what you feed your mental, what you feed your brain, what you feed your body. And so if you're watching a bunch of garbage, reality TV and unrealistic expectations, people with unrealistic expectations sometimes, then guess what your thought process is. So
I totally agree. I don't watch a lot of TV either. I don't watch any TV. Just think about it. Because it is just that it is so unrealistic, and it's the stuff that is being put out, and it is what you said. You continually eat that stuff, and you become it.
Yes.
You become it. My opinion, just my old worthless 2 cents, is that the stuff on TV is filtered in for that reason. They filter you and they give you the stuff that they want to feed you. A lot of it is not accurate, and people don't. Lord no, don't nobody go looking and try to research nothing. They just believe the first thing they hear or see, and they think that is reality. And reality TV ain't even reality TV.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yes. Yeah. I've learned to create my own space and live in that space. And that it looks absolutely nothing like reality TV. And if anything, it looks like a whole lot of peace.
That is
Whole lot of
that.
peace. Yes.
That's the word. That is the word is peace. Discovering that. And I kind of changed up my way of thinking. Not that it's right or wrong, that there's a difference. I changed from searching for peace to discovering peace.
Yes. Yes.
When you discover it, because it's there. It's there. It's not lost. You just have to go to the place where it's at. And that's what a lot of people be searching, but you be searching all over here. It was never over there.
No. In between my breaks today, between clients, because I saw a few clients through telehealth today, I rearranged my patio. My patio is my peace, is my place of peace. And so it's pillows, and there is umbrellas out there to block the sun if you want some sun. It's 2 fireplaces out back. It's oh my gosh, what is it called? I can't even think of it. An adult swing. What do you call the things? Hammock. Oh my gosh, where'd that go? What? How did I not remember that? What? It's a hammock out there.
You gotta be careful about saying adult.
Girl, I know. When I said it, you know what? When I said it, you're right. I did. I caught myself. I did. I heard it out loud. I did.
I used to be. It rained to me because I used to be a bedroom candy consultant. So I was like,
"Oh, awesome!" Yes. Now that's some real conversations right there. Yes. We won't even.
With the exception that it happened during COVID, so it didn't do very well. But
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So yes, so I create that space of peace. Everything in my house, everything you smell, using all your senses, you touch. I like soft fabrics on the couch, and I like a fresh, clean look within the house. So I created that space. And like you said, Country Boy, you don't have to go looking for it. You have it already.
Yes.
You just need to create it in your environment, and everything that's internally and externally, about you. So perfect.
And that is so important. And let me ask you, let me pull out my shovel and start digging. Country boy, gonna go digging. Now you have discovered it.
Yes.
And I guess this ties into everything that you do. And discovering it, how long did it take you? And why did you and what made you decide that now is the time for me to discover my peace? Or when did you find, I'm gonna switch them up. When did you find that you lost your peace? And when did you make up your mind to discover your peace?
I think for me, now this is kind of how Girl Get Your Life Together was kind of born. All right. Because I got in a space as an adult where I really just got tired of being sick and tired. I got tired of the anxiety and the depression. Even as a therapist, I suffer with those things, behind closed doors, family members not knowing. Very few close friends knew, these things about me. They just saw me as always being happy, and I was fun, and I'm always smiling, and I'm the life of the party. And we got family gatherings, like, when is Sheila coming? When is she coming? So not knowing that a lot of my story, being married to my ex-husband, and there's no fault in his story or my story. I think we just eventually grew apart. We didn't know who we were as individuals. I got married right out of high school. I mean, slept out of high school, and had 3 kids by the time I was 16. So, that was, I went literally from being a child, and pretty sheltered for the most part, not being out doing things. I went from school, home, church. And so from school, home, church, to mama, to 3 kids, to wife, to, like, where was that space where I had a chance to figure out who I was? And then in wife, the marriage was very dysfunctional. How we interacted with each other, it became very psychologically and verbally abusive toward each other. At some point, it was physically abusive. But again, now I don't want to, have a bad light on him, because we both were trying to figure out life. I went from being, again, a child to a mama and a wife in a matter of like 3 years.
Wow.
So, and in that, just in many years of trying to figure out this space of still trying to be a mom, wear the role of trying to figure out who I am, still partying, and just, again, like, just really trying to figure out who am I. And it became a cluster muck, to say the least. I look good on the outside now. I look good. But on the inside, it was so chaotic. It was so chaotic. And through my divorce, I actually, it was before that. My middle child, my youngest son, stayed in trouble all the time. And so when during part of the marriage, he had gotten into some trouble, we got referred to like Department of Human Services, Child Protective Services, or whatever. And so beautiful, people just enter your life as angels that you never know why things are happening, but they guide you to a higher path or the next step within that path for you to learn a particular lesson that basically sharpens you for the next step of whatever your path is. And so that was one of those moments where it was life-changing, yet it was still very sharpening for the next step. Okay. It didn't feel good at the time. It did not feel good. And so this worker actually referred my entire family to see a social worker. And so me and the kids ended up going. My ex-husband said he wasn't going to tell anybody our business, which of course, that could be a whole nother show, how we generationally, what stay happen in our family, stay in our family, which is garbage and just completely continues the dysfunctional cycle within our family unit, where uncle so-and-so still touching somebody, and daddy's still sleeping with so-and-so, where nobody's saying anything, because what happens in our family stays in our family.
Right.
So he refused to go with us, which was fine. And so the kids and I went, and this social worker actually suggested that I take a psychology class, because I gave the whole rundown, just what I just gave you, probably in a little bit more of a detailed version. But she recommended I take a psychology class. And she said, you know what? You really just don't have any motherly skills. She said, and so, we do or have done what we were taught. Again, no fault to my ancestors or my parents, I think they simply did what they knew to do and what was taught to them to do also.
Right.
And so beating the hell out of kids, yeah, okay, that may do, maybe, but later on now in this life, I know that research shows that, beating the hell out of kids, shut up, I'm gonna give you something to cry about, that kind of, that's not effective. All right. So she said, we just need some healthy life skills for you and some healthy parenting skills. And so I took a psychology class, and from there I was absolutely in love, and I was determined to, after that, was I needed to find a way not only to help my children be better, but also learn how to be a better parent, and just learn how to regulate emotions, learn that anger is a secondary emotion. And so there's always something below that. Learn that, when my chest is hurting, what happens with that? How do I calm my nervous system? I explained to somebody today, I was like, if somebody is shooting, she was like, I'm just overwhelmed. I said, so let me tell you something. I said, simply something as simple as breathing. I said, so if somebody is shooting and you start running, by the time you get away from where they're shooting, what's the next thing you do? To calm your body, right?
Right.
So you start breathing. And then eventually you say, right?
Yep.
So that tells your body automatically that I am safe and I no longer need to have this response that I am in danger. Breathing. And so eventually I really just learned how to breathe. And so Girl Get Your Life Together kind of blossomed from me seeing that therapist. And after, there's certain things that happen in life that just kind of life-changing for you. And so after my divorce, I was dating this gentleman and just found out a horrible relationship with that, and ended up in another therapist's office. And again, she was another angel for me that really helped me put those components of Girl Get Your Life Together holistic wellness program into place, which is all of the 8 areas of wellness and having goals in each one of those areas and things that you can actually reach those goals. Now, you and I've talked many times about goals.
Yes.
And you're not going to keep talking to me about goals and you don't have an action plan. Yeah. You have to have an action plan in order to execute them. And that action plan needs to be something that you incorporate in your life daily. It doesn't become a task. So if I'm going to lose weight, we're just going to say weight loss. All right. This is one of my goals. Now, I'm not talking about anybody else fat. I'm just saying weight loss. If that's going to be one of your goals for your body goal, then what are you going to do every single day to make sure that you're working toward your weight loss goal? Okay. It's going to start with something as simple as your grocery list. Okay. So when we talk about snacks, well, I want some snacks. Okay. If you want chocolate, let's get some sugar-free chocolate. Let's get, something in bite-sized pieces where you're not eating an entire bag of M&Ms. Okay. Yes. Let's get some fruit. Yeah. Not the whole bag, country boy. You can't eat the whole. No. Eat it in moderation. And so it takes discipline. It takes, simple things. Again, like I said, like a grocery list. Are you going to incorporate more vegetables in your diet? Are you going to cut out some of the breads? That's my weakness, is breads. Like I can get in here and make you a pan of biscuits in a minute. I made some Saturday. My neighbor was like, how you do that in 15 minutes? We got that thing down, baby. So Bread is my weakness. So guess what? I'm not gonna keep the stuff in my house.
There you go. There you
You
go.
know, it starts with simple things in each area of your life, in every single area of your life, in your mind, your
Right.
body, your spirit, your social life, your environment, your intellect, your all 8 of these areas, your health, your occupation, everything that's in these 8 areas. Make sure that you have an actionable something that you can do every single day, incorporate it in your life to work toward that. If you don't like the job you got and it's something that you really want to do, then what are you doing to work toward that? Do you need a
Mm,
education? Is there a certification that you need? Is there um do you need to practice in that field? You know, are you working toward that? Are you taking the course? Do you have the certification?
right.
It makes you marketable. So
That makes sense. I mean, and it sounds like in old country terms, don't talk about it, just be about it.
just be about it. That's all you gotta do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's really good. Is some people set these goals and these high things, but I love what you said. They have no plan on how I got a goal. I'm gonna do this, but you have not set a feasible plan of action on how to do it. And I'm sorry if y'all know Country Boy ain't finna. Now I'm gonna cut down on the chocolate. Okay, I will. Instead of a 50-pound bag, it's just gonna be 40. But that's gonna be by.
Ah.
That's just
Yeah.
me. Y'all ain't gotta do what I do. I'm just saying. But
Mhm.
no, I think that is and what you said, I totally agree. That's in every aspect, in every area. Always talking about I got this goal, but no feasible plan on how to reach it, no matter what it is. From relationships to jobs to careers to I don't care what it is. You can have the goal, but please have a plan.
Yes.
You can also, I'm sorry, I'm devil's advocate and on that because sometimes I think you need to set some goals and then maybe do that because me and my daughters do our vision board. We do believe in God and prayer and faith,
Mhm.
but we also believe in speaking things into existence. So every year we do our vision board. We may not have the full plan right then. So I don't want people to think that we're telling them there's no need of having a goal. I want to make sure that we're saying it the right way. Because see, for me, because that's how my brain works. I'm hearing it like, what? Oh, what? And Countryman Boy knows I always say we got to be careful of how we say things
Mhm.
because just like him, sometimes he'll say, well, this is how it is. And I have to Country, but you got to remember, everyone is not where you are. So for me, the first thing people need to do is start being able to know that you need to set goals. That would be the first thing before we say, let's set goals. Then we can do the part on how we're going to get there. I want to make sure people understand setting goals is very important. Yes, the next step is that, but let's at least get you some goals because you walking around and Country Boy tell you he don't be doing that. But I do believe in setting the goals. And then after I do my vision board, we pray over it. We make each other accountability partners. Then we
Mhm.
start thinking about, okay, this is what I'm gonna do to get there. This is what I'm good. Like losing my weight. It wasn't losing weight, it was losing my stomach. I tried to do them working out 4 days a week and it didn't work. Lipo became the resolution. And I'm saying that you're right and everything you're saying. I agree to a certain extent, but I always want to make sure that we are clear that everyone on this call on this screen may not be there. So let's make sure that they understand. Yes, please have a goal first. Let's set them goals. Let's get you 5 good goals. Then we'll go back and we'll start planning on how we'll get to those goals.
Yes. And so I want to say vision board, manifesting, all of these things are part of your for me when I'm
Mm-hmm.
teaching
Mm-hmm.
or educating individuals about goals, like God is part of that's part of your goal planning because that's a
Mm-hmm.
foundation. You need a clear foundation or whatever your religious practice
Right.
is or
Right.
higher being is.
Right.
I think that's part of your foundation of setting those goals. You have some
Mm-hmm.
guidelines already. Um, and so what I usually teach is exactly what you said is yes, we're gonna set these goals. I think that's amazing. but we really want to reach these goals. And so I heard Eric Thomas is a motivational speaker. One of his videos that got me through graduate school was how bad do you want it? How bad do you want it? You should want these goals. You should want these things or change as bad as you want to breathe. As bad. And now when you want it that bad, then you'll see some change.
Definitely.
If you don't want it that bad, you're not gonna see change.
Right. But isn't that
I'm done. I'm tired. I miss my kids. I want to be home. I'm tired of studying. I'm tired of writing these long behind papers. I don't really know the meaning of. Like, no, I want to just go and take a nap. How about that? Can I just go in my head?
Yeah, I feel you on that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So again, when you think that you're not capable or there's barriers in reaching those goals, just understand how bad do you really want these goals? How bad do you really want? And your goal, the plan to your goal can change. Like you said, you was working out 4 days a week, be like, another plan. Let me get my plastic surgeon on the phone and see what we can do. Yeah, so your goal. Don't do it. We just say,
I did my plan of action. I worked 4 days a week, and I was like, okay, next plan. On to the next. I need to get these 4.5 pounds of fat off my
stuff. Yes. So you had a plan. You did have a plan. You set the goal. You had a plan. You worked out. It's okay for the actual action plan to change as long as we are successful in the goal. See, you wanted that bad as you wanted to breathe, sister.
I got one question.
I have to be cute in my little dresses again, and I look like I was a little pregnant. That was the goal.
That was the
goal. Here's my question. Here's my question. Sometimes, is it not true that the goals we set are not really our goals, but the goals that somebody has told us that were ours? And sometimes that's why we're not able to achieve them. Yes. Isn't it important to find out ourselves what we want for ourselves and not what somebody wants for us? Because that kind of changes the whole trajectory of everything. Is because if I'm fighting for what you want and I'm doing this, because then you get a little bit of resentment. Well, I did this for you. Then you should make it, if it's not your goal, then what you just said is you want it as bad as you want to breathe.
Yes.
But make sure what you want as bad as you want to breathe, you want it for you and not for them.
Yes. So one of the things we start off with, and I should have probably started with that, is finding out who you are. Who you are is not the roles that you play. So who you are and roles that you play,
not mama.
They're not the same thing. All right. You're not who you are is not a mama. Who you are, your mama is a role that you play, which some of those aspects of mama could play into the role of who you are. Okay. The core being of who you are.
Wow. Which is how. Go ahead. I mean, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but even when you think about, for me, when you talk about that, I was a person who was my roles. My roles was all I didn't. So when you said you were discovering you, so when you find that out, though, is when you get to empty nest. Empty nest let me know that I did not know who I was without being the role of mom.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
That was a big example of that to me, being lost. Like, so now that I don't have to take anybody to any practices, any this, who am I? What do I want? What do I? And that's why you may get depressed to a certain extent. I think for me, you got depressed is like, what am I without my children? And having that important, that was the most important role I played in my life. So I definitely agree with where you said that.
I can see that. I can see that.
You have, I think those life changing, I call them DNA altering moments.
Mm-hmm.
DNA altering moments where everything about you changes. Okay. You take on almost a new, after divorce. I think that was one of my DNA changing moments. Horrible relationships, trauma, DNA changing moments. Okay. Emptiness. I can't tell you how long I cried. I think I recently just stopped crying. That was 2 years ago when she left here. Jesus Christ. Girl, and it was life changing. It was life changing. The house was so quiet. The silence was crippling. I mean, absolutely paralyzing. I don't watch TV. So
I used to go and lay down in my daughter's bed when she first went to college. The first one, I was gonna lay in her bed. Mr. Terry Poole says, becoming a widow.
Oh yes, yes, yes,
No.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you've been married to somebody for X amount of years and they finishing your sentences and know how you like your sandwich and your coffee. I can't even imagine that now this person is no longer part of you. You got a sleep pattern. You know what I'm saying? With that particular person. You start off on your right side and he on his right side and you got one arm over.
Now you got both sides.
And now we move up and now we move away. And by the time the morning come back, now we back together and our feet touch it. Those things are not, it's absolutely, again, DNA altering, I feel like. So that's trying to find that space of who you are is vitally important before you can even set the goals. And then who you are should define what goals you want.
Right.
Okay. I knew that one of my goals was really very heavily rooted in my children. My education is very heavily rooted in providing for my kids. Because I never wanted to say, oh, babe, we're going to have to wait till next week. Wait till I get paid on next Friday. Wait till I get paid on next Friday. Next Friday, they'll never make it here. And the kids, they so sweet. I don't even know if they forgot that mama said, let's wait till next Friday, or they really just be like, they just forgot. I don't know. I don't know. Not wanting to ever say that again. And I've been asked this question before, like, what was your why? And that was my why. That was really my why for my kids, because I never wanted to say again, let's wait till next Friday. Wait till I get paid next Friday. And it's not about the money. It's about the security of being a provider and showing them that hard work, you can get to the next step and have a space where your home is beautiful and you have a peace of mind, and you don't come in and click the lights on and so like, whoo, child, we made it again another day. Because the lights not turn off. You know you got a disconnect notice and you just praying that the lights not turn off. When you get into the house and you click them as soon as you walk in, click. Or we got to play the candle game because now the lights is off and the babies, they think it's a game and we're going to have a good time tonight because we playing in the dark with the candles. No. Those moments, and thank God we never had to play the candle game. But there were several times you walk in the house and click the switch on and be like, oh, thank you, Jesus, the light's still on. But I just those moments is where I wanted to be able to give them a security of I don't need you to stress about these things. Yeah. I don't want you to stress about it. If you say, Mama, can we? Now I'm just not handing it out. But they know if they need it, there's no question in asking. And so right now, 3 out of the 5 children presently work for River Psychotherapy Services in the business.
Oh, amazing.
Wow.
So
that is
create a
amazing.
platform for them to have the space to be comfortable. Two of them are single mamas. Well, no, all three of them are single mamas. What am I talking about? Are single moms. So be to take off from work, and they want to go to eat lunch with them at school, or we got a doctor's appointment, or we running late. So many corporate jobs. If you're running 3 minutes late, you're getting a write-up, and that's a lot of pressure. That's a lot of pressure for a single mama, because it's gonna be something that happened just unpredictably every morning, if not at least once a week, where and they got little kids. So yes, something's gonna happen. We got traffic, we got kids throwing up, we got somebody having a temper tantrum, we don't want to get in the baby seat this morning, like whatever it is, just something
You don't
will
want to
happen.
brush your teeth. You got to run around and chasing after the brush.
Yes. Just something is going
I had to tell my boss one day when my baby was young. I was like, my baby didn't want me to brush her teeth. I run off, which the doctor did tell me, Miss Laurie, that's the least of your worries, that your baby didn't want to brush teeth today. She's 2. She'll be fine.
Yes. But if you're running in corporate America now, if you're running late for work, are they gonna understand?
Not at all.
No. So I wanted to create that space, and that was one of the reasons why I worked hard. I wanted to create a platform for them to be able to, really be comfortable in raising their kids, and also know that you are creating generational wealth. If something happens to me today, that business will still go on. They have things in place. And I know we don't talk about, death and planning and wills and life insurance and, what happens if you are not here in the place of a business? Who is the sole owner? Is there a key holders policy, life policy that would continue to fund the business if the owner is not there? So these things I have made sure to put in place for them. And I went out of the country in December, and I pulled all that stuff out. I put it on my bar. My daughter was like, "What? Is there something we need to know? Why do you have this will and POA and all these life insurance policies out? What is wrong? Are you okay, Mama?" I was like, "Calm down. I just need to know that you girls are going to be okay while I'm going out of the country for the next 20 days. No, we don't have those conversations, and we should. It should be part of a normal conversation, especially if you are a business owner, about what happens if you are no longer here."
Yeah, my mom is very open with it, with that. But my daddy, I told him one day, and his response to me was, "So what you doing? Waiting on me to die?" That's not it. We need to know.
Oh, yes. Yes.
And he don't say very much. Well, that's he talks as much as I do. But I mean, he don't say much when it comes to that kind of stuff. And that's all. He looked at me and said, "So what y'all doing? Waiting on me to die?"
No, Daddy. No. We have to have those conversations. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. That's true though. I totally agree. I think that should be a normal part of those conversations are much needed. But for so long, again, that's the generational thing. And when you grew up, people never talked about that. That's some stuff that, you never knew. Then you had to go find out one day, like, you had to go do a fish fry. I'm gonna tell y'all, I ain't doing no fish fry. Y'all go on Crocoba if you want to. Country Boy ain't selling no plates for you. I'm just telling you right now. Now I might eat some fish, but I ain't getting out selling no plates. And that's the one thing is that those are things that I think are so important to have this and these conversations. But again, even that, it goes back to the thing that you said. That is about knowing who you are. That is about it all makes a perfect circle where you don't have to hide behind the shame and hide behind what they used to do and how they used to do it and this old secret. That's all of that stuff is when you come to know who you are and the person that you are. You don't have to be ashamed. You don't have to have these secrets and this over here. And I can't tell you about this part over here or that policy underneath the bed mattress on the left-hand side of the foot. All of that stuff, that you're willing because now you know you. You know who you are. And you're leaving an inheritance.
Yes.
And not debt. And I know a lot of people think, well, when I'm gone, but when you're gone, let me tell you something. What you're leaving that stuff on is a lot of people left behind. Yeah, you may be up out of here, but look what you left behind. Look at the chaos that was created because you didn't even know. You were too conceited and wrapped up in whatever to just say, hey, here it is. Let's lay it out. I think that's how you look out for your family. That's how you look out for the ones that you truly love. I know that's a little bit over there, but that's that whole death thing. People be, again, country boy ain't selling no fish plates. But in that, and I agree on the other is not truly, again, about knowing who you are. Knowing who you are, not living in the shadows of what other people say that you are, not living in the shadows of what other people expect you to be, but discovering yourself. And I think a lot of people, and just my opinion, because I can only speak for me, are afraid of discovering who they are is because they will offend some people who they think or around them. If I be this is who I want to be, but if I be me, then I'm going to offend some people. I can't speak like I want to speak because then they don't expect this of me. Mm. But now you're looking good. What you say, you're looking good on the outside, but you're rotting on the inside. You're decaying away because the true essence of who you are is dying to become somebody else. Well, that was my worthless 2 cents. That's my 2 cents.
I tell my clients, I said, self-discovery is like going on a treasure hunt without a roadmap. Because you never know what you're going to discover. Try something different. I remember, and again, I'm an educational junkie. So, and I love dancing. I love anything body movement working wise. I found out that I love yoga. I found out that I love that. Well, first of all, I found out that I couldn't dance unless it was a step count. And then I found out that I absolutely love dancing. I found out that the water was my place of peace. I found out that I love meditation. Try different foods. I found out that I love Greek food. I love to travel. And it doesn't have to be like going away on a trip. Like some of my best Saturdays is where you just wake up and go on a staycation, is within your little town, and go to a mom and pop coffee shop for breakfast. There's a place here that makes different flavored salad dressings. Oh, well, that's gonna be part of your body goal, because Now you get more greens in, and I discovered that I love oil and vinegar salad dressings with different flavors. They have a
Mm,
coconut um, oil and vinegar salad dressing that I absolutely love. I
wow.
love antique shopping. I love refurbishing furniture. In fact, I was working all this past weekend in refurbishing some antique furniture. It became refurbishing furniture became one of my therapeutic outlets. When I had a stressful day, I want my grandkids, I want to get in the garage and paint some furniture or tear up a chair and take the cushions off and refurbish that. I want to repaint it. I want to discover that I can put some, what they call it, foiling, uh, create something. I want to make some new colors with the paint. Yeah.
That's but that's so good. That is, and but that goes to discovering what you said is discovering yourself.
Yes.
And Country Boy will say this: you can never discover yourself if you stay inside your comfort zone.
Oh my gosh, no. Yes.
Can you discover? Can as you get older, can you discover that you used to like to put stuff together and now you don't?
You can definitely discover that, girl.
I used to love. Until you were saying, I was like, she is speaking to me just because I love putting desks together and all this stuff, right?
Oh my gosh.
Need somewhere to put all these shoes. So I ordered a shoe rack. I
Oh,
put that together. And all these little bitty things came, and I don't like that no more. I don't like
I turned an old TV entertainment stand into one of my shoe closets.
that. That's a good idea.
This is where all my slides and flip flops. So
This is too
I bought a shoe cubby. It looks like well, it's a little cubby with the little holes to them. It's not a shoe cubby, but it's one of those
much.
cubbies, but it has the smaller holes to it. And I measured it out and took the back off of it. So the back of the cubby is now the back of it was an old entertainment stand. And um, it's probably about 6 feet. Yeah, tall.
That's how big
Double,
it's supposed to be.
double doors on it. And so all of my flip flops and slides go in those little cubbies. And so I don't have to, those things don't are not necessarily in the closet taking up space per se.
Right.
The slides and mule slides, flip flops, all of that goes in there.
Love that. Funny thing is when we talk about trauma, right? The deal with my shoe is a lot deeper. When we had a hurricane here many years ago, my kids were still small, and the water got in the house,
Mhm.
and it was like probably a little bit below my knee, and our shoes were floating in the house, and even for my kids, their toys were floating in the house. So since then, I keep my shoes in a box at the top of the closet.
Uh-huh.
That's been like my kids are 30 and 27, 30 something and 27. It's been that long and it still stays with me. So just recently I thought it's just too much to have all these boxes of shoes at the top of my closet. It's time to change. But I said that to say and then my kids even say things like, we still when it rains, we still smell that smell when we had that. So they do certain things with their shoes and their stuff so that it's
Yes.
not on the floor. It makes sense. But anyway,
Yes.
so the shoe thing is like, first of all, it's a big thing. I'm gonna take my shoes from the top of my closet. I'm tired of reaching up there.
Ooh.
But anyway, so that's what I'm trying to find something to do with my shoes because I'm finally at a place where I want to pull them down. That's a lot to look at all those shoe boxes. So when I get ready to go somewhere, I pulled all the shoe boxes down. So then my room is full of shoe boxes and shit.
I'm a shoeaholic, so I completely get it. I even have, when they used to have, it's almost like a little clampy thing where you can reach up and get your shoe boxes with.
Yes.
So I have one of those for the top of my closet.
I used to work at a shoe store, the naturalizer. So I remember.
Yes. So I have one of those, and I have them all arranged. So there's dress shoes, there's boots, there's some booties, there's, they're arranged by heel height.
I love that.
3 inches.
Look at Country Boy shaking his head. Now I'm gonna tell you, that was a relaxing. When you talk about relaxing, one day I pulled everything out of my closet, and my daughter did it one time, and I thought, I could do that. I arranged my clothes from pants to dress pants, jeans, but I keep my jeans in my drawer now. I found something else out, but I did that one day, and it was a little stressful, but when it was done, it was so relaxing to see my closet, or like it was a brick off my shoulder kind of moment. Like, wow, I can just go in here and just,
Yes, I do know. I did exactly that. I had some friends they had to come and help me though.
Because when they get off, then you're like, I'm overwhelmed.
Oh my gosh, yes. But then, really too, I've learned since then is if you haven't worn it in a year.
Okay, now look, Dr. Rivers, like, my kids, they do the Goodwill taking thing, and before they do the Goodwill, they have to bring those things to me because I need to look through and make sure ain't nothing I can keep. So
so what are you taking out of your closet to put back in? When you, oh no, ma'am. Listen, this is deeper. This problem is even deeper, man. We're about to have a session.
So deep. But the funny thing was cool about it, and that they told me they were proud of me a couple of months ago because they were like, I told them, hey, I got one bag of stuff. The problem is getting it to the car and making it not to Goodwill, but into the Goodwill store or thing, because I'm gonna go back to I probably could do this.
Nope. If you have not worn it in a year, take it out of your closet, put it in a bag, and immediately don't let it sit at the front door for another 6 months. Take it immediately to Goodwill, women's shelter, wherever you're going to donate it to. It does not linger. That has to be the rule, because
hey Doc,
through it.
Hey Doc, what does it mean? What does it mean when somebody wants to continue to hold on to stuff that, I'm just asking for a friend, like if they have this stuff that they have and they just have a problem, is that like holding on to something for some reason, Doc? I'm just asking for the audience out there, like if they have a problem with getting rid of stuff. Now, don't get me wrong, old Country Boy got some stuff. I got some jeans in there that them suckers got some rips in them, but they ain't gonna go nowhere. I can't wear them to work, but they got a rip, but I ain't letting them go. The reason I ain't letting them go is because I still wear them once again.
Okay.
But yeah, once in a while I put some on when I want to show a little thigh.
Ooh, I love that.
Did he say the thigh?
He said when he want to show a little thigh.
Yeah, well, it got a little rip right there on the thigh where I got hung up on the fence. But I do wear them though.
My God.
I talking about folks that got stuff that they ain't woes and they won't let it go. What is that? What is that? Is that sign or something, Doc? No, I'm just saying. I'm asking for a friend.
Okay, so you can report to this friend. What I'd like to know first is, does it have some form of sentimental value to it? Like, was it something that your grandmother gave to you? Like, I still have 2 mink hats. I will probably never wear them. 2 mink hats of my grandmother's. I will never wear them. but I still have those things. I have blankets and quilts that they made by hand. And so those things are still, 30 years old, 40
Right.
years old, and I have them. So when we talk about giving stuff away and you just continuously holding on to it, does it have some form of sentimental value to it? Now, I cannot remember who the lady is that kind of teaches this theory when cleaning out your closet. You put it in your hand, you hold it, you touch it. What does it feel like? Hold it up, look at it. What does it look like? Does it speak to your soul in any way? Not does it have any type of value at all. If it does not have the value, if it does, you told me to speak to my soul. If it does not have any value, not that you don't. So if the value is I just don't want to get rid of it, that's not the value we're looking for. The value is it grandmama's? Is it grandpa's? Does it have some form of sentimental attachment to it? If it's something you had 10 years ago, you ain't wore it, get rid of it. You got leather coats in your closet and you living in Florida. You had them leather coats when you lived in Connecticut. Let it go. You're not in Chicago anymore. Let it go. You don't need a fur. You in Florida. You live in Florida. Let it go.
But sometimes, Doc, sometimes now look, I can speak for myself now. Sometimes for me, a lot of stuff I look at, here's what my tie is. I'll tell you what mine is. I can't even lie about it. My tie to some stuff I ain't got rid of is because when I got it, I could afford to get it. And I remember when I couldn't afford it. So I ain't finna let it go. Because mine, I just be honest, mine was like, you know what? There was a point in my life when I couldn't even afford to get this. Now, ain't nobody ever, and now, in defense of the country boy, it could be 100 years old. I'm gonna still wear it. I might not wear it too far. I might put it on and wear it to the store up yonder. But I'm gonna wear it. Now, it ain't like I ain't gonna get no wear out of it. But but yeah, that's mine. Like I remember. So yeah, when you talk about hold it, yeah, I can hold it. I can rub it. And I can remember exactly when I bought it. And I remember how much money I put on the counter for it. And then I'll be like, we're gonna hold on to that. That's just me.
Ain't nobody wearing Jabot jeans no more.
They ain't.
I'm not gonna play with you, Dr. Rivers. I am not this to play with
Let them Jabot jeans go with the crease in them, dog. Ain't nobody wearing that no more. Let them Jabot jeans go.
Let it go, man. Let it go.
And I bet you know what? I bet you they still
And
got
his
the crease
crease
in
so
them.
much.
They still got the crease in them. I know they do. I know him. Country boy, they still got the crease in them, don't they? Them Jabot jeans.
Right there. I got some.
And they got a little bit of white on the crease.
Yes.
I wear them to work every Tuesday.
I don't like you.
Let the Jabot jeans go.
Hey, look here. Let me explain something. Until they get one of them, unless I get some acid, that's why the only reason I get rid of some of my jeans is because I'm around some battery acid and they done chewed them up. And I got some in there now. I got battery acid. They done chewed half of them up, but the other half still good. So I'm still holding on to them until they fall apart. Until I'm gonna keep them until the string don't hold no more.
Oh my gosh, let them go.
Well, the clock on the long, one of them things on the clock said, "You gotta start calming down." This has been a great talk. Dr. Rose, we gotta have you back because you're funny. I like you. Yeah. But in all honesty, I do appreciate you coming on because of what you do. My family has a long. It's probably not funny, but we do have, we have some things going on in our family. So I always like to talk to people about those kinds of things. About
we all do. We all do. We don't talk about it. We all do.
We all do, yeah. So we do. So it's something that's near and dear to my heart. We talk about mental health all the time. I'm a big advocate about it, for it, or whatever. But my family does. I suffer with anxiety and depression, which is funny to me because my sister started her business because the therapist told her she needed to find something to do, and so she started making all these. Matter of fact, this is one of them. She started making crafts. So her business came from having anxiety. Found out she had anxiety, so she turned it into a business. So she sells all kinds of stuff. So it's become a business to help her, which I have to tell her sometimes. Okay, well, you got this so you could get rid of some of your anxiety, but now you're stressing. So hold on, because she's a perfectionist, so she likes it to be right. But anyway, saying that to say she wanted to do a show panel with women who were suffering with anxiety and or depression, but people would not admit to. I mean, and it's not a surprise, but for her, it was kind of a surprise to admit that they have it.
Yes.
Had a young lady that works for me. She came in last week. She was just distraught. I was like, "What is wrong?" Well, I found out today that I have anxiety and depression, and of course, I'm very open and I share it. I share it and say, I get it. I understand it is a shock at first, but do you see me? And she said, yeah. I said, I have anxiety and depression. You would never know that. So it's okay. And there are things you can do to blah, blah, blah. And, but it took her time to accept it. So in saying that, I'm a big advocate for, mental health and that kind of thing. But I thank you for being on the show. And it's also great to have someone who has so much humor. You think therapists are always just really serious, like, when you brought up the DeVoe jeans, I was like, that's my girl right there. She's my girl. The DeVoe jeans. Country boy don't be wearing DeVoe jeans no more.
Tomorrow.
Tuesday.
It's Tuesday.
Oh, do you really? Was that your uniform?
He's probably telling the truth. Yes.
Probably telling the
You
truth.
think I'm lying?
Oh my God.
Tomorrow.
Do a video tomorrow so I can see these jeans. Y'all, thank y'all so much for me. What you say?
With the crease.
With the crease. That won't leave.
White,
Yeah.
little white line to let us know you've been creasing all these years.
I ain't even got an
By themselves.
Yes.
But anyway, y'all, Doc, thank you so much. We definitely got to have you back. Country Boy, thank you for suggesting her. And is this our last Monday of the month?
This is the one.
So before I pass it over to this Country Boy, please tell us about your business, the name of it, how we can find you, and then your nonprofit as well.
Okay. River Psychotherapy Services is a mental health clinic. We have currently myself and 2 other clinicians that are working in the clinic. You can find us on Facebook at Rivers Psychotherapy Services. You can also find us on Instagram under the same name, River Psychotherapy Services. Girl Get Your Life Together nonprofit organization is an organization for women, and I actually have workshops underneath this nonprofit that teach women those 8 areas of holistic wellness, how to set goals in those areas, to discover who you are, and how to have some action plans to really reach the potential of your higher self. I know if I am someone that can reach that potential, and I constantly work on that daily, then I also encourage women that that I want to be an example, that I'm not going to ask you to do something that I haven't already done or that I'm currently doing as a professional. So there you have it. I'd love to. We have a Girl Get Your Life Together conference on April the 13th in Gulfport, Mississippi. So it is a 1-day conference. It is amazing, and it is very life transforming. So I've seen, so we've shed some tears with women just admitting to things that they are going through and just needing some support. I've seen support
like they're in a safe space.
Oh, yes. Support circles that have developed outside of that. People have become lifelong friends outside just that class. So it really does set the platform for individuals that, really want to work on, that they just really sick and tired of being sick and tired. And they really want to get their life together. So
They want to get it all the way together. I get it. I love that. Thank you guys. I just want to make sure that y'all remember that every last, I want to say Friday, every last Monday of the month, we do spotlight a small, I don't want to use the word small business on our show. And this month it is Dr. Rivers and her businesses and her, I love the name of her nonprofit so much. But thank you so much. It was great meeting you.
yes.
Guys, make sure y'all check her out. Country Boy, you gonna take it away?
I will definitely take it away. And
Now wait a
before
minute,
I
hold up.
do,
Hold up. Now you saw me with the fist, right?
I went to go get a Sprite. I
I just
missed
want
it.
to make sure you know that we got half a fist. So how much time you have?
It ain't gonna take me but 3 minutes.
Oh, geez.
It gonna take me 3 minutes. My triple trapper don't even take that long. Well, it do sometimes. I stretch out, but I'm not
I'm
gonna
finna say,
stretch out. I want to say personally, Dr. Rivers, thank you so very much. Thank you for coming. Um, if y'all don't know, I do know a little history about Dr. Rivers. We actually used to go. We actually used to go to the same old country church back up in the
try.
backwoods together
Yes.
years and years and years ago.
Wow.
It
I
wasn't that
knew
long.
Doc.
It wasn't that
I
long.
knew
No.
Dr. Rivers before she was a doctor. Uh,
You know, before she was a doctor, you said?
I knew her before she was a doctor.
Yes.
And it is a. I talked to her, and I tell y'all this. I said, Doc, I said I wanted to name something. I wanted to actually put something else on it. Um, and what I actually wanted to say is what y'all are looking is from tragedy to triumph. There's so much about her story, about her journey. Um, what she said tonight only scratches the surface. You never know what somebody's gone through. But the greatest aspect of seeing her here tonight, and one being able to not look back, Doc, not look back to where you came from, but glance back, just a quick glance from where you came from to where you are. And to say, I sit here and I am so proud of you. I tip my country hat to you for everything, for every hill that you've climbed, for every hill that you've climbed, for every step that you've taken. Because what you do in your service is not just because you do it, it's because you believe in it. And the only way you can truly believe in something is sometimes you have to go through it and you have to know, like, this I'm doing because I
Mhm.
know this.
Yes. Yes.
I know that you can share with so many and you can help so many because your heart feels exactly what they feel and where they are. And I applaud you. I applaud you for your strength. I applaud you for your courageousness. But most of all, I applaud you for your obedience. And obedience is better than sacrifice. Um, and this is the last part. This one right here is that, and take this. I know that there's an old fella that's looking down and just smiling right now. It's not that.
Ah, that was tough. Yeah. Yeah.
So, but anyway. Woo. uh,
Ah,
but
it
anyway,
was referring to my daddy.
We kind of y'all. Did y'all kind of figure that? Y'all was working with me trying to figure out what they was talking about. I figured it was an inside conversation, but I figured out what it was. But I figured that's
That
what it
was
was.
my daddy. Yeah, it's my
Yeah, I
daddy.
figured that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, my daddy was my
uh,
biggest supporter. He was definitely my biggest.
Aw.
Yeah, he never ever doubted. It was like, yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Oh, that's
He
wonderful.
was definitely my biggest supporter. Yeah.
so
That's
he's
wonderful. And in all seriousness, I just paying attention. context clues that we used to learn back in the day.
Yes. Well, I will say that my dad was definitely my biggest supporter, and his after having the twins and then my son, I was sitting at the table and for breakfast one morning, I was just really sad. I was like, I'm never gonna be, just having this big pity party. And he said, you know what? Just because you fall in the pig pen don't mean you got to wallow in the mud.
Love that.
So my first
Wow.
book that I wrote is dedicated to just because you fall in the pig pen don't mean you got to wallow in the mud. And so when you walk in my house in the foyer, there's a picture of a pig that's painted by an artist that I like in New Orleans. So
Oh my goodness.
just closing tidbit tonight. Just because you
Love
fall
that.
in the pig pen don't mean you got to wallow in the mud.
I like that. I may use that tomorrow at my meeting.
Go ahead.
There
You
you
can
go.
take
There
my
you
hat.
go. Well, thank you once more again.
You're welcome.
I almost teared up here in the country boy. He'll tear up in a minute. But just reflecting about it. It's for me personally, it I'll say I'm honored because right now I feel like I'm giving him honor as well. Because he was a tremendous impact on me, and I can sit here today um, and just be okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, cut my neck. All right. Ooh, yep, there we go. Look here. As we get ready to close this thing out here, as the three of us sit here, you've heard Dr. Rivers, you've heard my co-host, and y'all already know me and my big mouth in the story and my journey. And all of it says one thing is listen, don't ever quit. Don't ever give up. Don't ever stop. Because God has placed inside of each and every one something special, something magnificent. And guess what? That thing that's inside of you, it ain't inside of nobody else. You are uniquely and wonderfully made. So don't worry about the people that be coming up telling you what you can and telling you need to be over here and do this and you need to do it like that. Let me tell you something. Naysayers are just that. They meant to be naysayers. You don't have to listen to it. Take it in one ear. Let it run out the other. Because there's something in you. There's a vision. And don't you ever, ever, ever stop. Don't you ever stop. Don't let anybody deter you from your vision. Because trust me when I say this, the good Lord has given you a vision. Trust this old boy. He will provide the provision for that vision. But what you got to do is just keep on taking a step. I don't care how big your step is. I don't give two flips if it's just a little step. But what you got to do is take the step. Don't stop. You just take a step. Because you know what? Every day you step, you're stepping closer to your vision. To your vision. And see, here's the thing about that thing that you have inside of you. When God placed that thing inside of you, whatever that thing may be, writing, counseling, speaking, singing, dancing, whatever that thing may be that's inside of you, there's somebody that's out there waiting to receive it. And you know what happens when you say, I am worth nothing? You're saying God created nothing. And I don't know anything here that God created that wasn't worth something.
Right.
Everything that he created has value. You're valuable and you're worthy. And lastly but not leastly, here we go. Oh, if you woke up this morning and you open your eyes and you cleaned out your ears and you was listening around, you didn't hear what you thought you was going to hear. And if you was out there today and you picked up your phone, but you still didn't hear the voice that you wanted to hear, well, here it is. 9:36 Houston time. Look at here. We love you. We love you. And we love you unconditionally. And there ain't nothing, absolutely positively nothing that you can do about it. Thank you, Doc. Thank you, co-host.
I have to say something, y'all. Hold on one second. Time out. Back up. I'm sitting here. I don't know if y'all saw me looking around. But there's something ticking in my house. What is ticking? There's like a bomb ticking. It's my phone. There's things happening on my
Yeah. Hey, Doc. I'm gonna hook up you. I'm gonna pass you on that information. Before we came on the air, it was the keys. Now it's the ticking. And then we done already talked about the not wanting to give up stuff. Doc, I think it's time.
I knew that was at me, sir. Don't be asking for a friend when I'm right here.
I think it's time. Doc, I think it's time.
Everybody, good night. Love you unconditionally.
Good night.
Dr. again.
Thank y'all. We up out of here.
You have control tonight,
Oh, I got control. Bam! There we go. Here we go.